Notepad?
Yes. Now
Great.
we will to see.
So let us have a very quick review of our earlier topics discussed, and we will go to the today's session.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalaj, you are comfortable to have a 2 hours of extended session, right? For today?
No, till my 9 a.m. So uh, around 1.5 hours.
Mm-hmm. So just let me know once you feel that we can stay there 5 to 10 minutes ahead, so that I can wrap up the session on time. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
we will have a very quick review of our topics which we have discussed. So we have first started about how does the material has been classified, what are different types of materials which are planned, and what are the important parameters which are considered when we are trying to plan for a particular material in APO, and why not all materials are planned in APO. We have shown with the scenario, and then we have seen what are the important MRP views which are required for a material master, and we have started with the MRP1 where we have gone with the MRP type, and we have seen the X naught is one of the important MRP type which has been used for material to be used in APO, and we have also seen a few more another MRP types which are used, and we have seen a few additional options which we have in the SPR settings, and what is the important segment which we have to understand when we are trying to have an MRP type as X naught. So how it has been distinguished that this particular material will be planned in not in ACC but in APO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have also seen about the MRP procedures, how are they different and what was the important significance of them. We have seen the different types of MRPs like material requirement planning. We have seen the reorder based planning. We have seen what is the importance and significance of safety stock and also the reorder point. So today we will start up with discussion about the lot size, and then we will go ahead with a few more important topics to be discussed in specific to the MRP types, right?
Yeah. And before going forward, I have two queries
Yes.
related to the last session. So just want to confirm, like my thinking, like you gave like consumption based planning, and under consumption based planning, you explained the reorder point planning.
Correct.
So reorder point planning is the only consumption based planning, or we have other types?
Good question. So in consumption-based planning, even forecast can also be can also come, but reorder-based planning is most importantly used. So when I say consumption-based planning, so here we are seeing about you have set up some reorder point, and according to that you are doing. So not only this, when I'm saying about consumption-based planning, you can also go for forecast-based planning. So when I say forecast-based planning, you mean that you are going to say, get your screws and nuts and all depending on your forecast. So all these topics have been covered when we have discussed about the MRP type. Hope you remember. We were seeing the additional options. Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So reorder point planning. Why again? I have said you like consumption based planning can also be called as reorder point planning, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Theoretically, consumption based planning can be forecast based planning and reorder point planning are quite different. But the thing is, in SAP practice, reorder point planning or consumption based planning is similar. Okay.
Okay.
And then you had another question, right? What was that?
Yes. So in the MRP, you said independent requirement and the dependent requirement.
Dependent requirement. Yes.
So where we assign like this is the independent or this is the dependent, the low level code
Okay.
is the same one or different?
Yes, yes. So when I say an independent requirement, for the see we have different ways how we can classify them. The first one would be whether you are considering it as semi-finished material or finished material. Okay.
Okay.
So for example, you have assembly. You have an assembly where you are going to create the keyboards. I mean, you are going to manufacture the keyboards, and you have another assembly where you are going to assemble the laptops. So for one plant, keyboard is a final product, right? But for the
Yeah.
another plant, it is still a semi-finished product, which upon which the further assemble will make its final product. Am I right?
Yeah.
So the determination of this particular material in this plant, it has been called as a final product. Keyboard is called as a final product, but the same material is being called as a semi-finished product in that another plant.
Yes.
Hope you got me. So when I determine my material, it purely depends on what is my final product. So according to that, I'm going to plan. So yesterday when we took the example of cars, so car was my final product. So I know that for the low level code for the car, if let us take the example of low level code itself. The purpose of low level code was to understand what are the internal components, how are they be assigned, and how is the whole the planning of the tree, the planning tree is going to happen to make up the final product.
Okay.
And for the most extent, the final product will have the low level code will be 000, and it increases with this chain as the complexity increases.
Yeah, but my question was like, do we assign somewhere like this is the independent, means any customization? Do we assign like this is the independent or this is dependent? Or you gave me the example of business scenario, but in the system we assign somewhere this is the independent or this is the dependent.
Okay, so I will see for the same example here. If you're going to create when you're trying to create a material, so for example, you are the person who are going to sell the cars. So the MRP types which are going to be decided, like when I'm saying about the creation of material, so there by taking up the configuration setting. So we have seen yesterday, right? Like raw material, semi-finished material. We had the different categories, right? So according to
Yes.
that, we are able to see the different views there. Do you remember the different
Yes.
views which are going to come? They are varying. How are they varying? Because they have classified that those materials which are in raw material, they need these all views. So for a finished material, they will be activated with sales views, purchasing views and all. So for tires and all, you will not expect the sales views and all. Why? Because you are not selling them. Hope you got me.
Yeah.
So the categorization of the materials, according to you, so they will be able to do it by the what the material classification they are going to assign it for it. Hope you got me.
Okay. Okay. You mean to say material type? Okay. Okay.
Yes. Are we clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go ahead?
Yes, and last point is the MRP type and the VV. There was a two things like the firmed one. So if you can explain again.
Okay, let me make you go through the screen.
Yeah.
Let me know once you are able to see the SAP screen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm able to see screen now.
Is it the ferment type you are asking for?
Yes. Firm and roll forward is these two one.
Yeah. Let us go through F1 help first. For the planning run, the firming type determines how the procurement proposals are firmed and scheduled within the planning time frames. There are as follows in the firming types. 0, that is procurement proposals are not firmed automatically. No firming takes place with this firming type. That means, as I said you right, hope you remember. So whenever we are trying to, these are the control parameters when I have said you about, yesterday I have said you example of the workflows. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Workflow. Oh, Work.
Workflows I said you like if the overall cost of the budget which was expected
Yes.
like for
Yes.
this consignment, so maybe it
Yeah.
was for 5 crores, so it needs approvals of multiple people. But if it is
Yes.
for a very small amount, even a shop floor engineer can accept it and he can get the material can be bought it. So now
Correct.
the firming type of the planning result, so the planning result has already obtained, it might have sent some request. Should this result be firmed or not, you're trying to decide, because if you see here, the firming types are used with all types of MRP types. Even if it is for automatic type, you can still use the firming type. So if I want to make it as automated, where it doesn't require any like further decisions to be for the manual intervention, so they can be firmed and they can be made as the purchase equation can be made as purchase orders. Hope you got me.
Yeah, yeah.
The procurement proposals within the plan time frames are not formed automatically. All the procurement proposals request to cover the requirements are moved to the end of the planning time frames. So if you see here, these are different options we have. So depending on the process control which you want to go ahead with, might be in your business process, you feel that even if I'm going to get some additional inventory, that will not be really cumbersome process, or it is not going to be something painful for me, because it will be just an inventory for me and doesn't matter for me. But maybe in some other process you feel that okay, it should be an approval process only, then it has to be going ahead. So depending on that, they will go for this firming type of the planning result. You have to just make sure of this firming type of the planning result. Okay, hope you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the roll forward.
Oh, do not delete firm planning plan orders means that is when it is empty. 1 minute, I will show you. Delete firm planned orders. I said you right. In the same workflow, I was giving you the same example of workflow. Might be the order was raised. So the purchase order was still raised, but due to the incomplete, what we say, the permissions, it can be a permission or it can be an approval, anything as such. So you can still revert back, or you can still say that these planned firmed orders should not be considered in my planning time frames. So you can delete them. For that, you are going to use this roll forward. So you have options for this here. I will show you. Do not delete firmed orders, delete firmed planned orders. So though it is firmed, that means though it has become a purchase order, but still you want to delete it because you feel that there was no the approval was correct, like because there was a warehouse was not sufficient enough, but the approval was there because it was lying in between the range of people who can take it for. The cost was good enough, but there was no sufficient space for it. So even then it has to be deleted, right? So then you will go for delete firm land orders. What happens is that they have the equal, that is when the MRP run is run, and when the orders have been captured, they can still delete them because they have this permission, like delete the firmed plan orders. If they don't have this delete the firmed plan orders, they cannot be deleted because they are firmed.
Okay. Okay.
Whenever see, basically, for example, I will tell you with on the spaces of sales order and quotation. You know a quotation, right? A quotation is a where with the two parties they come and they will have a discussion and they will say that this can be the cost which is incurred, right? So at
Yeah.
that point of time, neither the customer is not forced to buy or to pay any amount because it is still a quotation. But once it becomes a firmed order, let us say sale order, and as it has been approved by the customer that he is going to take it, so they can be, the charges can be laid on to the customer if he says no. Hope you got me. There's some difference between the firmed orders and unfirmed orders, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So in the same fashion, purchase equation, it's fine if it is created, if they are not utilizing it, that is fine. But once it has become a purchase order, it has to be given some priority. So even at that point you want to do some changes, so it is something very, it is going to impact the system, right? So that is the reason why they have this roll forward. So whether you want to delete it or not, it is something very important to be discussed.
But if I take the same example, your purchase order and purchase requisition, and
Yes,
suppose my purchase requisition was created, but my
yes,
MRP type was assigned in the material. So
yes.
how this MRP type which was assigned in the material would control the complete purchase requisition has to be deleted or not?
Yeah, good, very good question. So as you said, like this is the, we have the intervention of material management people team, team. So
Okay.
what will they do? So team, they see that how many purchase requisitions have come to their hand. Okay, are there, they be converted to purchase orders? I mean, they be assigned to the respective vendors. I said that we have two different scenarios. Like for the same material, I may have multiple vendors. So when I have multiple vendors, I will still play with purchase requisitions only, not with the purchase order, right? But if I
Yeah.
only have a single vendor, I will not do this purchase equation. It has to become a purchase order automatically and it has to go to the vendor, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm saying about roll forward here, what I'm trying to say is like delete the firmed orders. So though a purchase order was deleted, but still you have the control to delete it. You
Okay.
got me? No,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, right? So
Yeah,
deleting the firm plan orders, you're trying to decide it at the material level. So for this particular material, when even the purchase order was created, a purchase order was created. I'm not saying purchase requisition. A purchase order was created, but still if you want to delete it, it is still allowed only when you're going to set up it as one here at the value. Now you got me?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great.
So ultimately, the material would be in the purchase order, and when somebody will go to try to delete the purchase order, that material system would check this material, then for the MRP type, and will decide if it can be deleted or not.
Yes. So as we know that this all settings will be stored at the table level again. So that
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be again there you have you have an indicator stating that this can be still be changeable or deletable, editable.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we were speaking about lot size and we have said about lot for lot is a lot size which is used for most of the time in APO. So why only lot for lot is used for the most of the scenarios in APO? So the important agenda for us was, even it is for GATP, is to minimize the inventory, right?
Yeah.
And for GATP we have two things. One is minimize the inventory and reliable MAD. It's not a jargon for you, right? MAD. Hope you remember what is MAD.
Yes, yes. Material availability date. Yes.
Wonderful. Yes. So so minimizing the inventory. So I have discussed about what are different types of inventory losses which we have, like, or what are the additional costs which can incur when we are handling multiple the higher volumes of inventory. Hope you remember, right?
Yeah.
Handling cost, all those, the maintenance charge and all. Those are like you expect when you are going to have an additional inventory. So this is the best lot size, that is EX, that is lot for lot. So what it means is like procure or produce only as much as required, nothing less than that nor higher than that. So that is the reason why this is the best lot size which is being used for the most of the segments in APO. Okay.
Okay.
So let us see what are the further more options which we have and what is the additional settings which we have to see. So I will take the same example of screws and nuts if you are comfortable enough with that, or you want me
Yeah.
to change.
No, you can have the same one. So
Yeah.
we'll do it. Yeah.
So here, if you can see the description, we have daily lot size, we have 2 days lot size, we have 3 days lot size, we have monthly, we will also have monthly lot size. So there are different types of lot sizes which we have. So out of all, I will try, I'm interested in a few. I will show you, we will take a few of them into the consideration and then we will go ahead with the topic. Yeah. So EX, we know it's for lot and which is being used by us.
Yeah.
And I will go for FX even, fixed order quantity, and HB also can be considered because we have discussed with reorder point. And there is also something called as distribute dynamic, yeah, dynamic lot size, that is DY. Let me come back to the notepad. So
Yeah.
the lot size, Jalaj, you are able to hear me, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the lot size, it specifies about what is the quantity are we trying to produce or procure the particular material. Okay.
Okay.
So for the most of the scenarios, the lot size is still being used. For most of the times it is procure for most of the times. So let us discuss in the concept of procuring first. So when I say lot for lot, it was clear, like it is saying about procure only as much as required, nothing higher nor less, right?
Yeah.
So the same, so we know that the masters which have been defined for a particular material in ECC, they are transferred to APO. So that is the reason why this lot size setting which is there, which is being given here, is still is again carry forwarded, or it is been copied to the product master in APO. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the reason why I said that for the most of the time we will go for EX, that is lot for lot for the materials which have been classified into which have been planned in APO. So fixed order quantity, FX. So what is the purpose of this is? So I will take the same example of screws and nuts. Yesterday we have discussed, right? Like let us say like 10,000 is the basic economic order quantity which they have designed, thinking the capacities of their DCs and what is the best price they can quote, depending on the whatever the discounts which they are going to render by the vendors and something as such. So they decided that whenever they are going to procure a material, or whenever they are going to have a consignment of 10,000 quantity, it is the best deal which they can go for, where they can get the high yields of profits, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So now let us say I have 1,000 is my no, not 1,000, less than 1,000, right? So let us make it as 800 is my current stock level. So it was triggering my I have my reorder pointer as 1,000. So as it is now in short of 200, it has to raise a request for this 10,000. So when I say fixed order quantity, when I say the fixed order quantity, the request when is going to raise, it is going to be, it is going to change the overall quantity which is required. Now it is going to change now that it is short of 9,200, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it is going to raise a request of this 9,200, because the 10,000 was it as a maximum. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 1 minute.